What if I told you a great way to disrupt your industry isn't necessarily changing what you're doing, but altering the way you present it? A few months ago in London, I took a break between a couple of classes and I noticed a big line of young people outside a store called Supreme. One of my students told me it's really happening there, and it's happening every Thursday. The fashion industry has experienced a massive disruption thanks to the scarcity model. The disruption caused by scarcity models hasn't happened only in fashion, however. A company called Zulily in Seattle has built a very nice business around catering to moms of young kids. Zulily figured out that there are lots and lots of fragmented manufacturers of kids' toys, kids' clothes, and other things that young kids and their families need. And there's this fragmented group of buyers that don't really have a good place to go to get all that stuff. So what Zulily has done is bring those two people together and do it in a scarcity manner. What they do is run 72-hour sales for a particular item on their website, and the moms have only those 72 hours to buy. And when it's gone, it's gone. At the end of the 72-hour sale, what happens next is fantastic. Zulily totals up its cash because the customers have paid with their credit cards. It puts that cash in the bank, and then it orders that merchandise from its supplier. Guess when it pays its supplier? 30, maybe 60 days later. So Zulily has all this cash to grow its business and to put into the funding of ever more of these flash sales, and meanwhile the customer gets its merchandise in a week or two. It's a fantastic model. It's called flash sales, but it hasn't worked every time. One of the early successes in scarcity models was a flash sales business called Vente Privee in Paris. Vente Privee had been in the business of selling really cool but unwanted leftover fashions from the Paris fashion designers and selling them off the Champs-Élysées at bargain prices. When the internet came along, they said, what if we could do this on the internet? We could reach all of France. The business took off and they did really, really well, but unfortunately, it was easy to copy. So everybody with a cousin who had apparel to sell started a flash sales business. All this was happening following the global recession, and the poor manufacturers had too much inventory on hand because they'd made too much. Well, eventually they sold all that inventory to the flash sales merchants and others. But meanwhile, everybody got so excited about this flash sales phenomenon that flash sales merchants just appeared in droves. And what do you think happened? If all these different people come asking the manufacturers for inventory for their flash sales, what do you think the manufacturers do? Well, they did two things. Number one, they said, okay, we'll raise the price because we can now get more. And two, yeah, we had those closeouts, but there's so many people who want them, they said, well, we can get more of that ugly fabric and we'll even make more of it. The result was that the value is gone and the flash sales variant on scarcity models has all but failed. If you want to learn more about scarcity models and how you might put them to work in your business, check out the blog post I've written. It'll tell you much more.